Hello there. My name is sometimes Heather, and I was close online. Today, I thought we might go to Necrom and maybe do a side quest or two, or just look around the mushroom-infested area. This because last time we finished the Necrom main quest, and I am not ready to start a new quest line because I think I'm going to take a summer holiday after this stream, so let's look in with Lillian and see what kinds of trouble we can find. I have conveniently left Lillian at Tavani Peninsula. My daily rewards are 3 instant woodworking research scrolls. I'm going with 1. Let's start by taking a look at today's daily endeavors. Today's daily endeavors encourage us to pickpocket 10 items, craft 5 items with the blacksmithing skill, use ultimate abilities 4 times, destroy 1 anchor. Destroy 1 dog anchor, or capture 1 resource in Cyrodiil. This week's weekly endeavors are, in my opinion, a little bit more challenging than usual. We need to either afflict 150 enemies with weapon poisons and off to a strong start, complete 6 battleground matches, or complete 3 trials. I suppose there is a Chaos Ball weekend coming, so this, in that sense, might make, how do you say, sense. What should we do? Should we remain above ground or travel to the underground area? Let's see if we see any familiar names. So last time we took a very first look at the Gold Road DLC and enjoyed it greatly. Madness in the Wind sounds amusing. I wonder what it ties to, perhaps Squire's Wind? Let's not do that after all. Lovesick by Daisy and Carol. Let's do this. Am I conveniently at a way shrine? Oh, yes I am. When logging off, I try to leave my characters either next to a way shrine or at a beautiful place. I favor beautiful places, especially with the characters I don't play with that often. As usual, we are drinking coffee. This is my usual brew, the dark one. Bless.
You there! You look like a capable forager. I need some help. Can we talk?
Another side quest is offered here, but I have my mindset on the Lovesick quest right now, so we are doing it. Unless we don't like it. That happens sometimes. There you are.
I can't believe it. Please, I have no one else I can turn to. I need help. I worked as a servant in the towers of Tel Drelloth. Nathan, the son of Mistress Drelloth, is being kept prisoner there. At least, I think he must be.
Why do you think that?
Nathan and I had plans to leave Tel Drelloth together. Someone must have found out because the day we planned to leave, I was dismissed from my position. Mistress Drelloth, or Sethiel, I suppose, pushed me out without a chance to see Nathan.
Where do you suppose Nathan is now?
She's holding him against his will. He'll be in the isolation tower. The only access is through the lab in the caverns that run underneath. There's a key in the top floor of the main tower. Please, can you help me? I'll pay for your assistance.
I'll help you get the key so we can rescue Nathan.
Thank the eight you came along. I had no idea how I would do this on my own. I know Sethiel would just throw me out again, but Nathan is my whole world. I can't possibly leave Tel Drelloth without him. The first step is finding that key.
How lucky. This NPC is voiced by the voice actor whose voice I actually don't like one bit. So we shan't ask her any more questions. Enter Tel Drelloth. That's a surprisingly long way away. Usually quest givers are like pretty much right next to the locations they need us to travel to. Stinkhorn? When you play long enough, your mind learns to recognize familiar patterns such as stinkhorns in the environments you move through, and kind of sort of like screams at you as an afterthought. Hey, you Mr. Blonde. Hey, wait a minute. Oh, the horror. I keep my vampires on stage.
This is so much better than reading.
I enjoy that. But this actually gives us the chance, the opportunity to speak to bankers and merchants without using hypnotize or mesmerize on them. So if I remember, we might go to Necrom and speak with
There's the main tower.
Achievement
And you
furnisher
can see the
to see
isolation tower
what
to the north
kinds
there.
of things he has to offer.
They're not like the towers back home. But they're beautiful in their own way.
I would really like to know how the Talvani make their towers, how they bend mushrooms to their will, but I guess we'll never know. Find key to laboratory. Uncertain if pronounced correctly. Pretty. I need the manganese. Surprisingly difficult to pronounce. Eldrath antechambers. The quest
Good.
leads us here.
Nobody's noticed us so far.
Let's see if there are other containers to loot. A dresser with a knightwood lightning staff. Wardrobe with a lockpick. Another dresser and white steel greaves. Let's move along upstairs. Kavani buildings are very beautiful on the outside, but the insides most often are small and cramped and kinda sort of a little bit claustrophobic. Oh, we need to go through the door, not up the stairs. Mistress Growl's chambers.
The
We
key is in
haven't-
that chest. It's a spare for when the researchers misplace theirs.
We haven't gotten a prompt that we are trespassing, so there is no need to sneak around. Oh, I like this looks. Trinket chest, such.
Got it? Let's speak for a moment.
We shall speak after I have looted all the containers. Ew. Blueprints in double. Let's see. Orcish shell blanc. Orcish carpet fringed. Uncertain if crafting characters know Orcish carpet fringe, so I'm going
All
to.
right, we have the key. This is going better than I thought it would. And it's strange. Everything looks so different in here without the wards. It all feels so empty.
What? What wards?
Nathan's protective wards. You know, Sathiel's magic barriers that kept Nathan's half of the tower in isolation. I couldn't cross them at all. They certainly made tidying up a bit of a trial. I mentioned the wards before.
You did
Didn't I?
not.
Sorry. I guess I've been here so long it's become normal to me. Sathiel said the outside world would kill Nathan, and she was working on a cure. But as far as I know, she and her husband were trying to cure the Nahatan flu.
Her husband?
He died years ago, when Nathan was just a baby, from the disease they were trying to cure. Sathiel must be sheltering Nathan for fear of losing him, too. She's doing it out of love. That I can understand. But that doesn't make it right.
Now that we have the key, how do we get to Nathan?
We'll take the portal pad to the cellar. Then the key will get us into the labs. From there, it's just making our way through the caverns to the isolation tower. As long as we don't cross Sathiel, the others will be too busy to stop us.
And what happens if we run into Sathiel?
Good question. I've never known her to be particularly combative, but if Nathan's wards were any indication, she does wield very powerful magic. Which she may use to escort us out.
What about the researchers? Will they try to stop us?
Nathan's well-being is a family affair, and the researchers are far more focused on their work. They're tasked with observing their subjects for the slightest changes, so they won't keep their eyes on us for long, anyway.
Subjects?
Test subjects for her experiments. Animals, as far as I know. Some of the experiments are rather grisly. I kept away from the lab for that exact reason. I've heard some of these Telvanni use slaves for such things, but Cethile's not like that.
Has Mistress Drella tested any of these cures on Nathan?
No, and that's exactly what worries me. She's tested no cures on him because there's nothing to cure. He's not sick. She just wants control. Poor Nathan. His mother loves him, but it's almost like she's the one with the sickness.
Well, this quest has turned a bit grim pretty quickly. Let's head on over to the basement area and see what's what. Oh, the portals are so nice.
I don't think I've ever seen it this empty down here. Where is everyone?
Dresser, lockpick. You can never have too many lockpicks. Then we need to enter Teldrell Caverns. I hope there's no spiders.
Wait. What are these subjects doing out of containment?
Search caverns. Ember, by the way, likes it when you kill canine animal. Makes sense. She is, after all, Kashid. Yeah.
I hope I helped.
Why are they like this? What has Cethile done to them?
Wolves are relatively easy enemies, but if there is a court, even easy enemies can be there. Tunnels are truly surprisingly large. Like this is covering a pretty big chunk of the area around or beneath Teldrell. Or is Pigula? Let's see. Let's take this one.
There. Are those research notes? Look around.
Examine.
Maybe there's something here that explains what happened.
Examine the letter and then examine research notes. Let's take the notes back first. Cetile research notes. I remind myself when doubt creeps like vermin into my mind. I was right. I am right. His death was not for nothing. My work will bear fruit. Soon. Soon. We're close to a breakthrough. We must be. Delmon Spore sample number 1105. More rapid breakdown on living matter than ever seen to date. Hostility of the spores increases with the subject's acute emotional distress. I estimate double the rapidity of necrosis since the acute emotional attachment noted starting with sample number 902. My wards may not hold if something provokes a stronger response. Precautions. Super isolated quarantine and twice daily ward refresh until subject returns to emotional equilibrium. Based on the attachment and stress response in question, this may take some time and will cause quite the drain on my magic and energy. We'll need to shrink the size of wards for smaller confinement area. We'll consider use of tranquilizing agents or if contagion is breached or situation is deemed too dangerous. Test subjects acquired and caged. Ostensibly ready for testing, which brings me to my next point. Cure Synthesis Series number 6905 through 6999. Blocked until I can find more reliable help. Regret dismissing Dacia, the house servant girl, but the situation was far too dangerous already. Where am I supposed to coax dependable help from? Slaves do not meet my needs and ask far too many questions. I've heard even Federo has had trouble keeping on mercenaries these days. But I don't need a mercenary. I don't even need more lab assistants. I need another me. And I'd work on that problem, but I've had my hands full with this one for the last 20 odd years. Note to Nathan. Moment. Nathan, I am leaving Teldrelot. I have come into some wealth due to the death of a distant relative and have no need to work as a servant anymore. Mistress Drelot says I should not tell you where I intend to go. First, because she was always right about your condition, and leaving your wards will surely kill you. Second, because I mean to live out the rest of my days in peace and luxury married to some rich stranger. It is what I deserve after all I have been through and how hard I have worked in service of your mother. While I cannot say that I ever truly loved you, I do not wish you dead. Do not come after me. Do as your mother says. She knows best. Sincerely, Dacia Caro. Now,
What's
obviously,
that?
this note
It
is...
looks like a letter.
Shh.
What did you find? Anything that explains what's happened?
I found Sathiel Drelot's research notes. I also found a letter. Did you write this?
Let me see. No, I'd never write such a thing. Did Sathiel write this? Does she really think this sounds like me? What did the research notes say?
Sathiel is testing some sort of cure and has notes on some toxic spore interfering with her wards.
Spores? The researchers spoke of those. Little seeds on the air, invisible to the eye like flu or fever. I think that's how molds and mushrooms make more of themselves. Delman spore sample. Delman? Delman? What is that? It sounds like a name.
You don't know what it means?
It sounds familiar. I just can't place where I've heard it before. She mentions these toxic spores interfering with wards. Does that mean Nathan's wards? If these spores reach the isolation tower, he could be in danger.
Let's keep moving and see if we can find Nathan. Search the caverns. Continuing this way.
No, the observation outpost. What happened?
Oh no.
Where is everyone?
So many mushrooms. So these must be the mushrooms that were mentioned in the research notes. Oh, empty backpack. Someone has been growing smaller mushrooms. Something a little bit less dangerous. More sentient enemies, but since they are not all that hostile, I think we can just move past them. I wonder what we'll find here. Tunshe.
Thank the 8 you're all right.
Speak.
Daisha, stranger, you shouldn't be here. Too dangerous. Go no further.
What happened? Are you going to be alright?
Spores nearly killed me. Barely exposed. Natural immunity. I will live. Heard shouting, then screaming. Everyone came running. Big mistake. Subject spores. Too strong. Wanted to escape.
What happened? Where is the subject now?
Mistress Dreloth. She coaxed him back to isolation. Delman, too strong. Stronger than I've ever seen.
Who or what is Dalman?
Delman. Mistress Dreloth's greatest experiment. The cure. The affliction. Delman did this. Trouble breathing. Barely survived. The other researchers, not so lucky. Too late for them. Go no further. You could be killed.
Well, be careful. You should rest now. Speak with Dacia about Tunshe.
I'm glad Tunshe is all right. But he's just given us more questions than answers. I know he's one of her most trusted assistants, but if this Delman is one of Sathiel's experiments, how does Tunshe not blame her for what happened here?
We still don't understand exactly who or what Delman is.
I know, but... fetch it all! I just wish I could remember where I've heard it before. Delman. Delman.
Is it possible Nathan said something about it?
No, that's just the trouble. If Nathan had said or written it, I'd probably remember it exactly. Delman... It's on the tip of my tongue. Where did Tunshe say Sathiel took the subject again?
He said she coaxed him back to isolation.
That must mean the isolation tower. Where Nathan is. Let's keep going. I don't know what we're going to do, but Sathiel needs to be stopped.
I'm ready. Let's keep moving. Moving on. This way. Now that I am a stage 3 vampire, we cannot turn to red mist while sprinting, which means that we need to slay.
The researchers too? Gods, what has she done?
All the enemies that under the
Wait. Do you feel that? It's like we're being watched.
I've tolerated this incursion long enough.
Speak with Sophia.
Whoever you are, you've fallen for Dacia's fanciful tale. And now you're enabling her dangerous obsession with my son. Nathan made his feelings for Dacia perfectly clear in the letter he wrote. Or was that vital piece of information kept from you?
The only letter I've seen is the one from Dacia saying she didn't love Nathan. Did you write that?
So what if I did? They'd both do well to believe it. They can never be together, do you hear me? Never. Leave this place. Forget all that you've seen, or you'll end up worse than Toonshay.
What did you do to Nathan? Does it have something to do with Delman?
Delman? Where did you hear this name, Delman?
We found your research notes. Toonshay said Delman was responsible for what happened in the lab.
Wait, I remember you from old Isra. You stopped Shalreni. You saved us all. But you cannot help here. You will find only monsters ahead. Leave while you still can.
We're not leaving until we find Nathan. Speak with Dacia.
Delman was her husband. That's right. I must have heard it from her once, long ago when she first brought me on. He died from the Nahatan flu. The thing she's trying to cure. I've never seen her like this before.
If Delman has been dead for so long, how could he be responsible for what happened in the lab?
I don't know. Has she gone mad? Was she always this way? If so, she's been hiding it, and I can't blame her. If she were carted off to Gorn, she'd be parted from Nathan. The thought of it probably only made things worse for her.
Are you sure you want to keep going?
If you mean to heed Cethiel's words and leave, then I'll have to go on alone. Nathan is my whole world. I'm not leaving without him.
I'm with you. Let's keep going and find Nathan. Do I need to first find more coffee? Yes, I do. I will be right back. Am I in the picture? Well, close enough. Oh my god. Enter the isolation tower. Sounds ominous. Research. Sometimes you go the right way and sometimes you don't go the right way. That happens to me often, not going the right way, that is. Let's pretend that didn't happen.
Don't mess. Street hit.
Don't you just love it when Ember gets a bit angry? She is by far my
If you
favorite
won't listen to
companion.
me, Perhaps my guardian will compel you to turn back.
Thou Guardian Zibari. Air attach. Companion's Girdle. Amber, how's your
You
girdle?
want to talk about something?
Our girdle is fine. Okay.
You cannot fight the danger that lies ahead. This is your last chance.
Lilian is a pretty capable girl, so I suppose we can fetch. Find Nathan. Drunk? More patterns.
Dacia, turn back, or you may never leave this tower again.
Do we go through that door? Probably, yes. We came from here. Isolation Tower main hall. We have found Nathan. Let's go speak with him. I hope he's alright and not horribly angry.
Dacia, stay back! I tried to escape, but she was right. My mother was right about everything.
Nathan!
Stay back from the ward.
What are you-
Mother says it's already in a weakened state due to the strength of my affliction. I don't recognize you, stranger. What are you doing with Dacia?
She hired me to come rescue you.
Rescue? Then she really does love me? There was this note, you see. I was certain it was fake, but then I saw you and, well, I started to wonder. But I cannot leave. If you came through the caverns, you must have seen what I'm capable of.
That was you? Tunche said that Dalman was responsible for what happened.
My father, yes. The affliction my mother gave me. She named it after him. I didn't know until I tried escaping. The wards were never for my protection. They kept others safe from me. If I had left with Dacia when we planned, she'd be dead.
What did Satia afflict you with?
A living cure. A symbiote that protects its host with toxic spores. I would not be alive without it, and it would not thrive without me. All these years, she really has been trying to cure me so I might live a normal life. Why did I ever doubt her?
Where's your mother now?
So now you know the truth.
Speak with Satia.
I'd kept this secret from Nathan his whole life.
Oh, I
That he might not grow up knowing he was a monster of my own making. That he might keep his will to live while I sought a cure. After all, I gave him the Nahatan flu and cured him of that too.
You infected your own son with the Nahatan flu?
Delmin and I were trying to save the world. A promising fungal spore sample was on its way from Black Marsh when Delmin caught the very thing we were trying to cure. And I lost him. I had to know if the spores would have saved him. And now I know.
Why don't the spores affect you?
Nathan came from me. I am enough of him that the fungal symbiote does not register me as a separate entity, and therefore not a threat to its host. That is when I named it. Delman Mycota. The cure, like love. That would be with us always.
Couldn't you have told Dacia the truth about Nathan's condition?
The truth is a poor cure for love. I did not want Dacia to share my fate of being shackled to Tel Dreloff by her own heartstrings. So I tried to drive her away. But since hers is a love that clearly cannot be cured, I have devised a choice for her.
What choice?
If Daisha is willing, I can safely inoculate her with the same spores I used on Nathan. She will share his affliction and his confinement. But they will be together, and she will want for nothing, except perhaps her freedom.
And what if she doesn't want that?
Then she can make herself useful and help me find a cure. I'll hire her on again. I need someone dependable to procure rare ingredients to keep testing possible cures for Delman Mycota. Perhaps someday she can be one of my researchers.
Are you confident you can even find a cure for Nathan?
I've been studying Delman Mycota for over 20 years. If anyone can find a cure, it's me. I'm not about to abandon my life's most important work. There has to be something that can eradicate the fungus once it's disposed of the Nahatan flu.
If Dacia chooses to be inoculated, are you going to carry out experiments on her?
What does it matter if she and Nathan are able to live out their days together? I'd only prioritize curing her. But I am a researcher. I am not above recognizing the benefit of additional subjects with which to compare results.
All your researchers are dead except one. Is anyone going to hold you accountable for that?
My researchers signed on with me because of my area of study. They knew the dangers of Delman Mycota as well as its potential. All that space in the labs was necessary for safe experimentation. I regret their loss, but they knew the risks.
It seems like their deaths could have been avoided if you had told Nathan or Dacia the truth.
Or if I had time to think of a more believable lie to tell the both of them. I knew they had been meeting for quite some time. When I overheard their plans to run away together, I had to act quickly, or else risk Dacia's certain death.
You knew how they felt about each other?
Of course I did. I was glad for it at first. Dacia brought Nathan happiness. If only they could have remained content being in love, with the wards up between them. It was only when they doubted me that things got dangerous. And now?
And now, here we are. Speak with Dacia.
Nathan and I could finally be together. But the way to do so means becoming his mother's experiment. But I'd be safe, provided for. I'd get to dance and sing every day with the one I love. Some would kill for such a gentle life.
You could consider Satil's other option, or you could just leave.
Leaving for good is no option for me. My heart is Nathan's and his is mine. If I don't give up my freedom, I can help Satil find a cure. I'd get to see the world like I always wanted, but I'd be in her service. And I'd be alone.
You'd really give up your freedom. There's no guarantee you'll find a cure.
Life offers no guarantee of love either. But I found that, didn't I? I don't see it as giving up my freedom. I see it as a choice of how I get to show my love. But my heart is split. If you were in my place, which would you choose?
This is a really difficult choice. I think I will go with I would keep my freedom and try to find a cure.
I made it this far. I can work and wander a bit longer to have Nathan by my side for good someday. Sathil and I are going to find that cure. Thank you for helping me see the best path forward, stranger. Here's your reward.
Thank you.
Dacia, I love you. I'm glad you're going to see the world.
Nathan, until you can see it with me, my road will always lead back to Tel Drelov.
Well, that quest was actually nothing like I expected it to be. Do we have an easy way out? Sometimes we do and sometimes we don't. Is the door we haven't walked through? Yeah. Talani Peninsula. Just as I hoped. This is the tower we first entered, right? Where's one? No, another tower. From towers and tower influencer. What next? Should we? Let's go to Necrom and speak with an achievement furnisher, because I have forgotten what kinds of furnishings you can get in Necrom and or Talani Peninsula and, well, vampires, kills.
Thank you for speaking with Risadro. This one must ensure the esteemed Folso Khleran's beloved Nirvania also receives funerary rites at his side. This can be arranged?
Certainly. It's set for tomorrow. Adding his beloved isn't a problem. Were they married?
Ah, well...
Funerary arrangements. Depressing. Paintings are really, really beautiful. I wonder if we can get all of them. This one, I know we can find from somewhere, and I think also this, but this one I'm not certain. Achievement furniture.
Our dark elf.
Let's preview things. Oh, Apocryphal altar, liked it. Courtyard pool, this is pretty, I like it. Portal seal, replica. Scary, I will. Oh, we can get these. Or have I actually gotten one of these already? Uncertain. Requires Sanity's Edge Vanquisher achievement to purchase. Sanity's Edge is a trial, so I can't have one of these, I think. Oh, pretty. This can actually be found by gathering pieces from the open world. I think I've made a video about this. If I have, I will link it down below in the description. This is a really pretty piece of furnishing I dug up too because I needed them in different holes. From the Home Goods Vanisher, you can purchase all sorts of plants and pebbles. This is really pretty. Also, these mushrooms are like so cute. Really, really happy that they chose to add all sorts of mushrooms to furnishers with the Necrom. Yeah.
Thank you for speaking with Risadro. This one must ensure the esteemed Folso Khleran's beloved Nirvania also receives...
Should we do something else real quick? Namely, Delta. Let's.
Temple jobs available here.
I think this one gives you the
The
details.
ordinators seek out the ambitious and brave. You seem to fit that description. Do you have time to help the temple and make some extra coin in doing so?
What do you need?
An elder scribe left the order to go serve Hermaeus Mora. Normally this is of little consequence, but the scribe in question took several volumes detailing temple secrets with him.
You want me to recover the temple secrets?
Exactly. From what I've gathered, the books this apostate scribe stole are currently in the disquiet study in Apocrypha. Bring me the books, and I'll see that they're safely secured. Do all this, and I'll see you well rewarded.
I will return the books for you.
Do not underestimate the
To-
dangers along your path. Many adventures.
Yes. Find the temple secrets.
Doesn't seem like I'm getting much done.
In a place called the Disquiet Study. Here. Not that far from a way shrine. Hopefully we can find someone to eat while we're there. Uncertain if I've actually ever been there. Let's run like the wind and find out. Don't go. Didn't collect. Which side do we take? I think this side. Uncertain. The disquiet study discovered.
I'm going to slap the pages out of you.
Doesn't look familiar, but you. Unfold. Will there be more? I don't think I've been here before. I think I would remember enemies arriving from books. Such a fascinating thought. Temple secrets, take. A whirlwind of books. These do a bit of damage but aren't dangerous. Dangerous. It's always good. Should we help? sudden, dwarven enemies. Maybe they have also come from a book. That I think would make sense. More temple secrets and traps familiar from the Clockwork City. Which way? This way? Let's go this way. Skyshot is all the way up there, uncertain as to how you can get to it. Sometimes skyshots are placed in places that look like there's no way to reach. And sometimes they're easy to find. These statues would come to life as we attack the post-Adrenage Path Auswalk.
Heal me!
The last book filled with secrets. And now we're free to return. Well, that was easy. Let's, while we're here, try to see if we can reach the boss. Ah! Perhaps that way. Right of cross. Also, emergency vehicle and rolling docks. What on earth is happening? Afraid, confused. Can we go here? Yes, we can. And
Ground under it.
this tunnel will take us to the boss. The bosses are most times quite easy, but there are exceptions to that rule. I've heard a rumor that you can find this furnishing or in pattern for it through fishing. Uncertain, but it's something that I think is worth investigating. I wonder, do we need to do something in order to coax the boss out? Are we even in the right place? Oh, hello.
Not one of these tomes will escape
I
my
was just
grasp.
about to say, really.
This knowledge shields me from your feeble attacks.
Oh, let's do so.
I return.
That was just embarrassing.
I haven't heard anyone say that before. Sky Shard. There was a path that left from this chamber. Let's go investigate. Looks about.
I will consume every word
So do we
of your story.
go this way? I suppose we go this way.
From this
And
ink, I
then
draw my strength.
this way. Here and
These pages
here
reveal your doom.
mine the circle. Oops. And are we there yet? We made it. Well, that was pleasing, actually. Sky shards often lead you to places where an amazing view opens, so do take a moment to look around after collecting one. Oh, this entire place is made with books. Let's... Okay, now that we are free to return to Ordinate and Delena, we can just... travel outside Journey's End lodgings and go speak with Ordinator. Traveling to a house or wherever from a delve after you've completed the quest is really inconvenient because running through numerous enemies yet again can get a little bit annoying.
I thought for certain I would not see you again. I'm pleased to see I was wrong. That doesn't happen often. What news?
I found the temple secrets for you.
You made it out of the disquiet study? Impressive. I see that you've reclaimed the temple secrets I asked for as well. Here's your reward for braving such dangers.
Thank you.
Well, that's the last of...
If you're willing to work, I'm ready
Let's see
to
what
hire.
we got. Bound focus script dispelled. Is this a scribing thing? Yes. Huh. Curious. Command on bracers and Necrom door. Watch. Metal. Ew, pretty. I would have preferred to get the scribing thingy on my other character who's actually going like dual scribing things, but you can't always get all the things you want. Eat.
Charge!
And now, as vampire is again fed and happy, I do believe the time has come to say goodbye. Bye now. I will return. I will return at some point. I don't know when, because I think after Tuesday I'm going to start my summer holiday. Streamers need holidays too. And during my summer holiday I shall do the things that bring me joy and happiness, which means that I will stream at some point, but only when it feels right. So I will keep you posted in my community page, so keep an eye on that, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye. It's like really raining outside.